Ready to install a subwoofer in the trunk of my new Camaro, mostly because I found one really cool adapter. I don't have it in yet, it'll be in tomorrow. That this is a factory amplifier for the non-Bose system. It plucks off that middle connector and gives you access to some speaker wires or some speaker signals for the rear, and the battery is conveniently located back there, so I don't have to drill any holes, run any wires down the chassis, anything like that. So should be a nice and easy install. I'm going to go ahead and take this would-be spare tire cover trunk liner thing out, and I think I'm going to try to remove, since this says run flats, I'm going to remove this foam little toolkit tire repair kit holder, because it's not holding anything, and see what available hardware is in there, so I may be able to just mount my amplifier on a piece of wood, and then adapt the wood to fit on some of the existing posts, kind of like the one that's holding that amp bracket. Fasteners that hold this little tray in are T45 Torx, so they're just plastic fasteners, so it doesn't take much to loosen them up, but it's a fairly large Torx bit, so I'm gonna go ahead and get these off, and then hopefully I'll have to pull this panel off anyway, but I was hoping I could get this out without pulling it, but we'll find out. So to get this plastic panel off, just gotta loosen up these 4 plastic nuts. They're on a little tight, so I just got a 14 mil socket, loosen them up. So we're gonna go ahead and get all 4 of these guys off, and then I believe we just pop this panel upward, because you can see, maybe you can't, but this is in a slotted hole, so you pop it upward a little bit. And you can see there's a clip here, clip there on the back, and the 2 holes that come out. It takes a little bit of effort to pop it out. It's actually more of a pain because this thing's pretty flexible, so you got to get up under the corners and it'll come out. So now we can go ahead and take this tray out and see what we have for available mounting points. So I think this is going to work out pretty well. Here's the 2 mounting studs that foam panel was held in with. I've got this piece of wood here. Obviously it's a little big right now, but trim it down, and hopefully the amp, I'll have to measure it, but I'm hoping the amp will fit generally within that area. And then I don't have to mess around with either mounting it on the box or drilling holes. I really don't want to drill holes in here. It's amazing how thin that is. But I'd rather utilize the hardware that's already there, so I'm going to go ahead and get the specs online. Hopefully my amp will fit in there, and I've already got a piece of wood that I can cut up and see if we can make this work. For reference, you got about 8 inches from post to post, and from about here to where the wire loom is, you get under it, but from about here where the wire loom is about another 8 inches. So you should easily be able to fit something in here. It's 8 inches square. Now you do have to account for any of the leads running off of it. So ideally you'd be able to mount it with the lines, power wires and whatnot coming in from the front of the car and in from the back. That should be doable. It just depends on if I can kick it off to one side or not. I have to measure the amp again, but that's about 8 inch square that you can fit. So here's what we ended up with. I threw some of my sound deadening material on the back, just so, since it's only at 2 points, so it doesn't wobble. And simple wood panel. Got the 2 posts there. And we just cut it to 9 inches by 10 inches, 9 wide by 10 long. And it's funny, the sound deadening material makes it nice and gooey fit, but gotta make sure this doesn't get locked up in the threads. I'll probably put some kind of thread locker on there, but I'm not sure if that's what I want. So I've just got to find the right hardware, tighten it down. Got some leftover, these are the nuts for Jeep doors, and it happens to be the correct size, but I don't think that's what I want to use. I mean, I could drill these out a little bit to put enough room for the shoulder, but nah, I think it looked kind of cheesy. I don't know. Could actually look good. I'll think about that. Anyway, so that's where we're at, and I'll make a nice little base. I think I will. I think since I have these and I don't have the Jeep anymore, come to think of it, it'll look real nice having this rounded edge and nice flange there. So I think I'll drill these holes out to fit this diameter. I think it'll look real nice. So hopefully the wires will run out around these, but using something like this, it won't tear the wires up anyway. So we'll see how it goes. I'm gonna get the amp tomorrow. So here's the final evolution of this amplifier mounting plate. I took another piece of this 1/2" MDF. I just happened to have this painted for something else, and cut it out with a hole saw to clear this mounting hardware, because I was worried that this stud, I mean, it's going to be hard to show, but that stud, even with that other 1/2" panel, I don't know, not even a 1/4 inch of depth difference. So once I tighten these down, we'll see, it'll probably be pretty close to flush. But I was worried that these would get in the way. I just didn't want to have to put the amplifier on washers or something stupid on top of the wood. So I got some really short 1-inch screws that are kind of countersunk type. Screwed them in so it'll be flush to these. And yeah, hopefully that'll fit the need. It's not perfect, it's not pretty, but I think it's a nice non-permanent way to mount this that's really secure. And once this is tight, with that Dynamat on the bottom of this, these are oh shoot, I can't remember what these are from. These are inserts from when I had my Fiesta. I think these are from the can't get them out. They're from the transmission shifter cable bushing. Here's another one. So the bushing was sitting in this, so I just happen to have. Never throw away your leftover hardware. So these actually worked out perfect as kind of a grommet to hold that all together. So anyway, hopefully the parts will come in soon, and we'll get this going.